Most retirement savings do not disappear all at once. They disappear quietly. One withdrawal at a time. One unplanned expense at a time. One, just this month, decision at a time. And by the time many people notice the pattern, the damage has already started. That is what makes this mistake so dangerous. It does not feel like a mistake when you are making it. It feels normal. It feels necessary. It feels like you are simply using the money you worked your whole life to save. But after 50, the quiet mistake that can drain retirement savings is this. Treating your retirement money like a backup checking account instead of a structured income plan. At first, it may not look serious. A little extra for home repairs. A little extra for helping family. A little extra for a vacation. A little extra because prices went up. A little extra because Social Security did not cover everything. But retirement savings are not just money sitting there. They are future income. And every unplanned withdrawal is not only spending today's dollars. It may be taking income away from your future self. Today, we are going to look at how this quiet mistake happens, why people miss it, and how it can slowly weaken a retirement plan before they realize what changed. The first way this mistake shows up is when people retire without a monthly withdrawal system. They have savings. They have a 401k, an IRA, maybe some cash, maybe Social Security. But they do not have a clear plan for how much can safely come out every month. So the account becomes flexible. And flexible feels good in the beginning. Imagine Robert, age 63. He retires with a retirement account that looks strong on paper. He feels proud. He should feel proud. He worked for decades to build it. In the first year, he tells himself he will only withdraw what he needs. But that is the problem. Only what I need changes every month. One month, the car needs repairs. Another month, property taxes are due. Then the holidays arrive. Then a medical bill appears. Then groceries cost more than expected. None of these expenses feel reckless. But together, they create a pattern. In scenario A, Robert decides before retirement how much income his savings are supposed to create each month. He separates planned spending from emergency spending. He knows which account pays which bill. In scenario B, Robert waits until the bills arrive, then pulls what he needs. The first version has structure. The second version has emotion. And emotion is a dangerous system for retirement withdrawals. The second way this mistake happens is when people confuse account balance with retirement security. Seeing a large number can create comfort. But the number alone does not tell the full story. A retirement account balance does not tell you how long the money must last. It does not tell you what taxes will do. It does not tell you what healthcare will cost. It does not tell you what happens during market drops. It does not tell you how inflation will change your bills. Imagine Linda, age 60. She looks at her 401k and feels better. The balance is higher than it has ever been. So when a major home repair appears, she pulls from the account. When her adult child needs help, she pulls again. When she wants to replace the car, she pulls again. Each withdrawal feels small compared to the total balance. But she is not measuring the withdrawals against 1 year. She is measuring them against what may need to last 20 or 30 years. That is the part people miss. In scenario A, Linda asks, how much monthly income can this balance support? In scenario B, she asks, is there enough money in the account to cover this bill? Those are very different questions. One protects the future. The other only solves the moment. The third way this mistake drains savings is through taxes. Many people forget that not all retirement dollars are equal. Money in a traditional 401k or traditional IRA may be taxable when withdrawn. So when someone takes out $10,000, they may not really have $10,000 to spend. Part of it may belong to taxes. And if they need the full amount for an expense, they may have to withdraw even more. That is where the quiet drain becomes larger than expected. Imagine Thomas, age 67. He wants to renovate his kitchen. The project costs $20,000. He does not want a loan. So he takes the money from his IRA. It feels responsible. No debt. No monthly payment. No interest. But later, he realizes the withdrawal increased his taxable income. Now the real cost was not just the renovation. It was the renovation plus the tax bill. In scenario A, Thomas checks the tax impact before withdrawing. He asks whether the cost could be spread across time. He considers whether cash, savings, or a smaller project would reduce the pressure. In scenario B, he withdraws first and understands later. That order can be expensive. Because in retirement, the wrong withdrawal can create a second bill you did not plan for. The fourth way this mistake happens is during market declines. This is one of the most dangerous moments to treat retirement savings like a checking account. When markets are down, selling investments to create cash can lock in losses. And if you keep withdrawing while the account is already falling, the damage can compound. This is why retirement income needs structure before panic begins. Imagine Susan, age 64. When her account was rising, she felt confident. She retired feeling that the numbers worked. Then the market dropped. At the same time, she needed money for normal expenses. So she withdrew from the account while the balance was down. Then she withdrew again. Then she became nervous and moved more money around emotionally. In scenario A, Susan already has a cash buffer and a withdrawal plan. She knows which money is for the next year or two. She knows which investments are for later. She does not have to sell everything in panic. In scenario B, every bill forces a decision during fear. That is the danger. The market drop is not the only problem. The bigger problem is needing cash when your plan has no protection. The fifth way this quiet mistake grows is through family pressure. This part is emotional. And many people do not talk about it. After 50, your money may not only be supporting you. It may be helping adult children, grandchildren, a parent, a spouse, a sibling, someone who lost a job, someone with medical bills, someone who needs help just this once. And because you love them, saying no feels cruel. But if every family emergency becomes a retirement withdrawal, your savings may start carrying more weight than it was built to carry. Imagine Angela, age 61. Her daughter needs help with rent. Then her grandson needs school expenses. Then her brother has a medical issue. Angela wants to help. She does not want to see people she loves struggle. So she pulls from savings. The first time feels manageable. The second time feels harder. The third time creates fear. In scenario A, Angela decides what kind of family help fits her budget before the emergency happens. She sets limits. She protects her own retirement income. In scenario B, she makes every decision in the emotion of the moment. An emotional generosity can become financially dangerous when there is no boundary. This is not about being selfish. It is about understanding that your retirement savings may need to support you for decades. The sixth way this mistake appears is when people have no emergency fund outside retirement accounts. This is where many people get trapped. They may have money. But the wrong money is available. If every surprise sends you to your IRA or 401k, your retirement account becomes the emergency fund. And that can create taxes, timing problems, and long-term damage. Imagine James, age 59. His retirement account looks decent. But his regular savings account is thin. Then the roof leaks. Then the insurance deductible is due. Then the car breaks. He does not have enough cash. So he pulls from retirement. The emergency is solved. But the retirement plan becomes weaker. In scenario A, James builds a cash buffer before leaving work. It does not make emergencies pleasant. But it prevents every emergency from turning into a retirement withdrawal. In scenario B, he keeps saying, "At least I have the retirement account." That sentence sounds safe. But it can be a warning sign. Because retirement money should not be the first place you go every time life gets expensive. The seventh way this mistake becomes dangerous is when people do not review the pattern. 1 withdrawal may be fine. 2 may be explainable. 3 may still feel normal. But the pattern matters. If the account is being used again and again for unplanned spending, something is wrong. Maybe the budget is too low. Maybe income is not enough. Maybe expenses are being underestimated. Maybe family help is too frequent. Maybe healthcare costs need their own category. Maybe retirement needs to be delayed, adjusted, or redesigned. But you cannot fix a pattern you refuse to measure. Imagine Carol, age 66. She tells herself she only uses savings occasionally. But when she reviews the year, she sees something different. Small withdrawals happened almost every month. Not huge amounts. But enough to matter. And that is the quiet drain. It does not scream. It whispers. In scenario A, Carol reviews withdrawals every quarter. She asks why the money came out. She adjusts the plan. In scenario B, she avoids looking because she does not want to feel guilty. Avoidance feels easier today. But it can become expensive later. The deeper truth is this. Retirement savings are not just a pile of money. They are a bridge. A bridge between the day work income slows down and the years of life that still need to be funded. Every time you take money without a plan, you may be removing part of that bridge. And you may not feel it immediately. That is why this mistake is so quiet. It does not always show up as one disaster. It shows up as a lower balance. A smaller income cushion. A bigger tax bill. A weaker emergency reserve. A retirement that feels less peaceful than it should. So what is the warning sign? If you are over 50 and you are regularly saying, "I'll just pull it from savings. I'll replace it later. It's only this once. I worked hard for this money. I'll figure it out next year." Pause. That may be the quiet mistake already happening. The goal is not to never use retirement money. The goal is to stop using it without structure. Build a withdrawal plan. Separate monthly income from emergency money. Know the tax impact before you withdraw. Keep a cash buffer. Review your withdrawals. Set boundaries around family help. And remember that retirement savings are not only for today's problem. They are for tomorrow's income. Because retirement is not drained only by bad investments. It can be drained by good people making small unplanned decisions again and again. And by the time they notice, the account may still have money. But the plan may already be weaker. If you are over 50 and want to avoid the retirement traps most people discover too late, subscribe to Money After 50. This channel helps you understand the money decisions that can protect your income, your savings, and your retirement before life gets expensive. This video is for educational purposes only and does not provide financial, tax, legal, or investment advice. Always consult a qualified professional before making financial decisions.